Today, December 3rd, and like I said, we're going to do December workshop today. First, let's look at a couple cards I got in the mail. Now, I just realized the Thanksgiving cards that I sent out last week, like last Monday or even the Saturday before, I can't even remember, they're just now arriving today. Like, that's so disappointing. So, but I got this cute one in the mail from Pam, and she has shared on my stamping and sharing group where she got this cute turkey. It's actually from the UK. I forget the name of it, but that is so cute. And the gulp, that's in the same set. So, adorable. I love it. And then I got a swap card from my friend Anita. This is a slim line, so it's like 3.5 by 8.5, I think. Maybe a smidge more than 3.5, and definitely 8.5. This is using the new Dragonfly set. It's a bundle. It's a punch. You may remember we had the Dragonflies from a couple years ago, and that was bigger, and it had dies, not a punch. And I don't have that one anymore, so I'm probably going to end up getting this. But my favorite thing about this is, look at this wee tiny little ladybug. Let me see if I can get that close enough in the picture. I mean, it's so tiny. It's like a 1/4 inch. And you just stick them on your projects, like with a glue dot. Adorable. So I'm really glad that she sent me that, because that kind of changed my mind about getting this sweet. So thanks, Anita. No, for real. Thank you. I love it. So the other thing was, my workshop last month, the November workshop, was a fundraiser for the Wreaths Across America, and it was a success. I really am so thankful that everybody pitched in, whether you bought something or just gave a direct donation. We were able to sponsor 40 wreaths for at the cemetery. We did the Crownsville one here in Maryland. And then for every 2 that are sponsored, the people that provide the wreaths up in Maine kick you an extra one. So in actuality, we got 60 wreaths to set out. And that's pretty awesome. So I'm definitely going to do it again next year, but I am going to do things differently. Like, I didn't realize that we could set up like a team and have like a direct page that people could just go sign up themselves. So I'm going to look into it more. But I don't think it was a tax write-off anyway. I never saw anything on the website about that, so I wasn't really too concerned about it. But I am going to look into it more for next year. So, let's get started. If you're here, say hi. Cecilia already said good morning. Good morning. If you're here on replay, do #replay so I can see you. And then I'll know, plus if you comment, then I'll know that these comments really are rolling. So, first thing, December workshop. These things are going to be, think of a winter theme and like trees and snowflakes and blue, because realistically, you're not going to get your make and take packet until after the end of the month. You know, when I close out the workshop, this is the code for this month. When I close that out, hi Leslie, hi Tracy. You know, I close this out on the 31st, and then it takes me 10 days to get the stuff. So you'll be getting your packet in January. So I didn't want to do any holiday things because that'll be gone. So that's why this month we're doing a winter theme. And the freebie this month is going to be this Snowflake Splendor ribbon. This is so cool. And I just barely got it yesterday, so I haven't had a ton of time to play with it. But think iridescent, like it looks green or pink or blue, you know, depending on the light. And I really like it. And I think you're going to enjoy it too. And it's going to go perfectly with these, you know, winter projects. So let's get to it. So like I said, trees and snowflakes. Hi, Mary. This first card, this didn't really turn out the same as it was in my head, but I still love it. So we're going to stamp on the background, and we're going to stamp directly on this designer series paper. This is a Snowflake Splendor paper. And then I ran it through the Snowflake embossing folder. And I don't know if that is going to show up. I think it is. But I just like it. It's kind of, At first I thought, oh, I'll just emboss this top part so it'll be like snowflakes falling. But then I was like, no, let's just do the whole thing. I like it. So we're going to start with Night and Navy card base. And this is our regular 5.5 by 8.5. Put that aside. And then this layer, this is Balmy Blue, 4 by 5.25. And then same thing for the white. This is for the inside, which actually, let me just put that in now. Because I like to be able to write on the inside and still use a dark card base. So, plus I think it makes it a little sturdier. All right, Balmy Blue. Then we've got our snowflake paper. So my original plan was to sponge a piece of white using these colors, like Pool Party, Mint Macaron, Highland Heather, maybe some Misty Moonlight. But then one of these patterns, it's got it right on it. So that's going to take care of that for us. All right, now, of course, you know, it was all set up. Where are my stamps? So I'm using 2 different tree stamps here. Here we go. In the Pines and Mountain Air. So we're going to use these mountains. I like these trees too, but we're going to use these different ones. And this is a nice big long one. The Mountain Air, this is one of these that's like reversible. So you can get the outline shape. So you can do a shadow or kind of like an offset coloring in. It's neat. And I really do need a piece of foam with this one, as I found. Not all the clear stamps I don't need a foam for all of them. But this one, definitely, I kept getting an air bubble. So I'm gonna press it down. And I started with the mountains. And I want my paper, I want this purple up top. So I'm using Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to stamp off once. And I'm using this foam, really pressing it in. Nice. And I'm going to raise this up a little bit higher. Okay. Nice. I like that. And then that's the only thing I need the foam for now. Then I did the moon. And again, I'm going to do Misty Moonlight and stamp off, just because I want that a little bit lighter. Put that up. All right. Now we're going to go for some Night of Navy and the trees. So I start with the bigger tree. This one is from In the Pines. And I did that twice in the Night and Navy. And actually this one I'm not going to emboss with the snowflake folder because A, I would have to get up and go out in the hall to do it because that's where my Big Shot lives. But B, I want you to see the difference that you may not want to do that. Oh, and I am stamping off on the inside of this tree just to make it a little lighter. I can't seem to get that straight. I don't know what's up with that, but that is definitely a personal issue because my original one, the trees were crooked too. All right, and then I'm going to add some trees, some more right there. And then I'll add these filler inners. Again, stamp off. And this, there's not much to lining it up. It's just getting it like close. And then we're going to do a greeting. So the sample one I did Thinking of You. But this one I want to do for a birthday. Because I do have a lot of winter birthdays. So I'm going to pick something from Itty Bitty Birthdays. And I want it to be kind of like the same shape-ish. Awesome at any age. I could do Happy Day. Or just flat out Happy Birthday. So exciting. Actually, I'm going to do so exciting because that could be for most anything. All right, I need a little block. This one will do. And I'm just hand cutting this. Oh yeah, I like that. All right, Night and Navy, we're finished with that. And I am gonna rip the sides. So when I do this, I cut the bottom, the top and the bottom as straight as I can. I could get my cutter out and really make this officially on point, but oh, and look at that. I should have waited for that to dry a little bit. Redo. Good thing I kept the stamp out, right? All right, let's try this again. So exciting. Now this time I'm gonna be a little bit more careful as I hold it. And I'm just eyeballing. Now I always rip it towards me because that gives the rough edge like facing up, and that's what I want. All right, let's get this in the garbage. All right, now I'm going to mount this. Like I said, I'm not going to use the Snowflake embossing folder on this one because I want you to see the difference. But look at how cool this is. So I was hesitant to get this because I already have a bunch of Snowflake embossing folders. But then I broke down because I don't have one that's like all over like this. And I really like it. So we're going to use that in a couple things today. But for now, let's mount this. Put that on the Balmy Blue. And then I'm going to wrap some of the Snowflake Splendor ribbon around the bottom of it. And I already cut a piece. I just love it. I mean, can you even see how shimmery it is in the camera? It's so hard to tell. But I'm gonna go with the same design. So I'm gonna tie this around like here. And I'm just gonna tie it in a knot because I don't want a bow. And this ribbon is kind of stiff. You know, some ribbon, like seam binding, is very soft and it's got a nice drape to it. It just falls. This is stiff. And that could be good, bad, or indifferent. But this is not something I would want to do a bow with just because it is so stiff. It would be like, it would really just stick up. I like that. Hi, Deborah. All right, now this we're gonna put on with some mini dimensionals. You are right, better late than never. Funny. Hey, so my swap is gonna go out today for the slimline thing. I just have to weigh it. You know, since the slimline, sometimes they're heavier than regular. All right, and then I want to pop this up, so I'm just going to put some more dimensionals all around. So something I just realized today is we have 5 Thursdays in December. So I'm kind of excited about that. Now granted, the last 2 are Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, but I will be home. I'm not working both of those days. And frankly, I won't have a whole lot going on anyway, because we decided we're not doing, excuse me, we're not doing like gift exchange this year, because normally at Thanksgiving, me and my brother and sister and all the spouses will do, we'll just draw names for presents. We decided we're not doing that this year. So that kind of takes some things off the plate. I like it. So like I said, I'm not going to do the snowflake embossing folder, but you can see the difference. I like it with and without. And then I did add some sequins from the Artistry Blooms pack. So, you know, there's some Coastal Cabana and any blue. Even regular rhinestones would look nice. But this, I like this sequins. And I'm going to put that one right there. So they're still just a little bit different, but similar. I love this ribbon. I can't stand it. Thank you, Deborah. So yeah, this one grabs my eye first. I think just because it's cleaner. But I do like the snowflake embossed. I'm gonna have to try something different with that. But see how this paper kind of, you know, with the wishy-washy, it looks like snow and stuff anyway. Cool. All right, next card. So since we're still going with like winter and trees, I wanted to do one with, I like a tone on tone. Sorry, I gotta wipe my glasses. 70-cent stamp, oh yeah. So this one is Seaside Spray and Misty Moonlight. And I tied a ribbon with that. And like I said, this is bulky and it's stiff. It's not going to go anywhere. But I popped this up anyway. So I think it's going to be fine in the mail. But this time we're going to cut some trees. Now, when you cut these dies are, I'm going to use both of these. The Pine Woods dies. This goes within the pines. I'm using this little guy. And then the Majestic Mountain, these trees. So I've had these for probably a year. And I just realized that these two dies are the same. And I think that's just so you can cut multiples at the same time. Like cut more together. I don't know why, but all this time I looked at these and I just thought they were different. And I realized I didn't poke through all my bits that are stuck in there. So we're going to use this one. All right. Now when we cut them out, this makes the paper very flimsy because there's just so much cutting going on. And it's hard to, I can't even get a glue dot on these pieces because it's so teeny tiny. Now I could go in with this and just dot it around. But the easiest way is to use some adhesive. So we've got this adhesive sheets, and these are from a year or two ago. The ones now come 6x12. They are bigger than this, but transfer adhesive sheets. So they are double stick on both sides. And you would peel like the bottom, you peel this little one up to get it going. And I already started on one side. So let me just peel this off. Yeah, you would buy more than one die if you want to mass produce. I mean, that makes sense, for time. I just feel like a dum-dum that I didn't realize it this whole time that those were the same. All right, so I've got that going. And actually, I'm going to hold this and I just want to cut it right to the end. So then you peel this up. And I used this stuff a couple weeks ago when I made some of my napkin cards. This was real easy to use. All right, so now I'm gonna give this a good press. Now I can run this through my embossing folder, which, dun dun dun, I got the new mini die cut machine yesterday. That's what I've been waiting for. I wasn't gonna get it, and then Gail convinced me that it was cute and I should have it because I had the little, I had the Tim Holtz Sidekick one. I gotta move this stuff out of the way. Well, that one is only like 2.5 inches wide, whereas the Stampin' Up! One is 3.5 inches. And I mean, it really only makes a difference for embossing folders, but then you can use bigger dies. Let me grab it. this thing is so light. Like I put it on my postal scale and it's like 2 pounds and 11 ounces, something. It's very light. Let me get this out of the way. So what it does, folds down. It reminds me of the Cuddle Bug, because I used to have that and it flipped down. What I really like is the handle cranks the direction that you want it to go. So if I want stuff to go this way, I crank it this way. That always bothered me with the Sidekick, that it was backwards. So I am happy about that. Then it comes with the different plates. So this one, the darkest one, is for the 3D embossing folders. And I don't know that we have any 3D of the narrow embossing folders, so maybe that's a hint of stuff to come. That's kind of exciting. So we've got this one, and it shows you, it's got pictures on here. So you have the platform, and then we've got the base plate, and they're numbered 1, and then you would put your folder in the paper, and 3, this thing. But for now, we're gonna cut. So we're gonna use cutting plate, and I need 2 of those. All right, so virgin plate, this has never been touched. Let's put our die on it. So we've got paper, our number 1 plate, our number 2 plate, and our die, and a second number 2 plate. Now I only ran one thing through this last night and it went so easy. I really gotta hold it though. Okay. That was a lot smoother than I expected. And it looks like it cut all the way through. Nice. Now I realize I needed a scrap of, I needed something, Misty Moonlight for my other tree. Ugh. Alright, so let's cut this real quick. And didn't I put that die right here? Yep, so we'll do this again. So I've got the number 1 plate, number 2 plate, paper, die, and it does say cutting edge down. So I know a lot of people with the Big Shot will have the cutting edge facing up, and I guess they get a better cut that way. I don't know. But I've never noticed a difference much about having the blades up or down so far. All right, so that is loud when I snapped it back, but oh, look at that, and that fell right out. So there's no having to run it through like a bunch of times. I'm very happy with that, I gotta tell you. Let me put this die back so I don't lose stuff. And let me put this one back. So those are happy surprises. Now generally I keep, I like 1 plate to be for cutting, because this, you know, how it will just get jacked up just from the nature of using it. I like to keep 1 nice, and looks like that, so there's some impression in there from running it through, like from the top of the folder, but I can live with that. So I will cut on this one and, you know, turn it around, flip it, so I get, you know, even use out of it. And of course you can buy replacements and stuff. There is a magnetic plate for it, but there is some kind of issue going on with that. So that is not available now. This is, I gotta tell you, it is nice and small. It's not available for customers until January. So I think January 5th, I wanna say, because that's when the mini catalog goes live. But so this was, you know, demonstrators we could pre-order it starting December 1st. So I had to express ship that so I could get it quick and play with it. So 1 more month and everyone else will be able to order it. Or of course, you know, like if you wanted to get the starter kit, then you could order one right now, but I think it's just as easy to wait a month, you know. All right, now these, I am poking these. These aren't falling out because I've got that extra layer of adhesive, the adhesive sheets in there. Otherwise, I imagine these bits would have fallen right out, just like the other one. So this is gonna take me just a second. Now the brush, you know that the brush that we use with the dyes, and you have a foam pad and then you brush it like that. I don't think that would get these out because of the adhesive. So this is just gonna take me a minute. You cut both ways? Okay, so facing up or facing down. Yeah, the only time I've really done that, flipped them up, was when my plates started bowing for whatever reason. And then I was like, oh, I better change something up. Because I don't like when my plates want to get bowed like that. All right, we're almost down to the end. And I have almost stabbed myself a few times. And you know, part of this is gonna get covered up anyway, so I need these end bits. Ugh. Yeah, this is something I probably should have done ahead of time, but like I said, I didn't get my machine. Definitely stabbed myself. I didn't get my machine till I got home last night, so this was like midnight. All right, a couple more pokes. And let me just dump this all in the trash. Now I did have to, I need my poker to get started. I did stab myself. Oh. Okay. Let's just get this paper going and then we'll peel it right up. And then that's where I had to patch it on there, that second piece. Let's get this up. This stuff is very sticky, this tape. And I do want to get those out of here. Yeah, having that transfer sheets. Man, these little bits are sticking to my fingers. This is turning into an episode of what will happen next. All right. See, like they keep sticking. Okay, back to our card now. So I wanted tone on tone. Now you could have embossed like the subtle embossing folder maybe, but I didn't want to do any of that. I wanted it kind of plain-ish. So I'm just gonna stick this on here. See? And then these bits that I didn't quite get out, I can scrape them out later, but they're gonna get covered up anyway. And then this guy, I can just add some glue and get him tacked down. And if you had the fine tip glue pen, that would work. If you have glue dots, that would work. And I'm gonna set this one up a little higher than the other and hold it there for a second with glue on my fingers. All right, now the greeting, I don't know if you can tell. Oh, funny, yeah, overseas. Yeah, so I had to look up the overseas because I think it's gonna be overweight. And yeah, I still will use the, they have the forever stamps for overseas, and it's like, I don't know, $1.20 or something like that. But then there is a chart. So if it's going to be over, I think it's going to hit the 2 ounce, maybe 3. I just have to add a couple extras. Like, it'll be fine. Like an extra, maybe 75 cents or something. All right. So notice that this is embossed. I do not have Night of Navy embossing powder, but when you use vellum, it stays wet for a long time, the ink. So I am going to find that stamp. That is from Tasteful Touches. And actually, we could do just saying hello, too. Is that going to fit in there? Because I want to use the same die cut. Yeah, okay. Let's do just say hello. I like this one. All right, so I'm going to stamp kind of in the middle-ish here. I do want to put my embossing buddy and the Night of Navy ink. It's like I said, vellum stays wet pretty long. I'll just hold it there. Definitely long enough to take my time getting this embossing powder on here. So I'm going to emboss it, and then I will cut it. Why do I have the Versamark pad? So I've got my crystal clear embossing powder. Oh, I don't need the my filter. So I'm just going to scooch it around. All right, good. Trying to think, why did I have my coffee filter out? Can't remember. All right, so I'm going to heat this up. This will take a minute. So you notice I heated my embossing, my heat gun off camera for, like a minute or so. When you're embossing on vellum, now this is vellum cardstock, so it's a little bit thicker, but you want your heat gun hot. So you want to let it run for a minute or so that it's not spending all this time heating your paper up, because it may warp your vellum. And especially if you're using just regular vellum, which is a lot thinner. So you want to heat it up and then come in and cook it. All right, and now, so I do like this die. And let me get some of these bits out of the way. So we're going to fold our card base. Like I said, Seaside Spray. And this I popped up originally, so let's do that. Pop that up again. No saggy bits. So we will use a bunch of dimensionals. So yeah, I am happy that mini cut and emboss is so lightweight. For some reason I kept thinking, oh, it's probably going to be heavy like, the Big Shot. Because it's not small. It doesn't look small. So that is a nice surprise. I really jabbed my finger, like right between the nail. Ugh. Yeah. Thanks, Cecilia. I love tone on tone too. It is just something about it. All right. I think that's straight, hopefully. All right. Now let's bring in the Tasteful Labels dies, and I wanted to use this one. Oops. Yep, that's gonna fit. I could also use that one. Let's do a little something different. Let's use this one. Why not? All right, so let's bring our machine back. Flip our sides down. And we're going to use, again, the number 1 plate. That goes on the bottom. Then the plate that I've cut up goes next. Then our vellum and our die. And I am going to use, I keep a little bit of this tape up here I'm just gonna tape this down because I don't want the die moving. I feel like I need to do this on camera for you. All right, so I just put it there, and I have another piece, and this is just like that purple tape. It's like masking tape, but I think I don't even know where I got it. All right, let's crank this through. There we go, that familiar cracking of the plates sound. All right, tape up. Actually, let me get this. So yeah, so far I'm keeping it like on the floor right next to me, and that seems to work out. I'm sure I could try to rearrange my craft table, but I don't feel like doing that. I would rather spend my time stamping. Plus I already have done some major reorganizing, and I'm not finished, so that's kind of, I don't want to start something else. Okay, now with vellum, and I know I've told you guys this, I have never found an adhesive that doesn't show through. So I don't know, you can't really see through here. Maybe you can catch this one. The thing I do is I use glue dots, and I just try to hide them between letters, or if there was a shape, or like if I knew I was going to put a rhinestone somewhere. And actually, we can plan to do that. So I'm going to put my rhinestones like here, and then I'll do one here, and then I'll do one here. So I can definitely put 2 glue dots right here. And again, it comes in handy when I save all the stuff from Paper Pumpkins, because when they give us glue dots, they have them on a sheet like this. So I'm just going to pick it up, and have to do it on the back. Up another one, and I was going to put that there. All right, so then I want to look for like an O or an A, like right there, because it kind of blends in with the shape, and I think that's going to do it. And then just peel these off. Now if you were going to cover this up with like bigger rhinestones, you could use the little mini dimensionals. Oh, I like this. Okay, just popping that through. Nice. So when I press it, we can see. But like I said, we're going to add some rhinestones. And let's take one of these big ones, like right here, covers it completely up. Let's do a medium one here. Again, that covers it up. And then we'll do a small one, because you know, groups of 3. So I want the small one, boop. I want that right there. And then we need our ribbon. So I already tied this in a bow because I didn't want to mess with it on camera. But I'm going to put that right there. So guess what? That means I can put another glue dot right under the edge of that. Let me flip this around. Right there. Now you see, you can see that. Yeah. So that's, we're going to cover that up. And that's all it is hiding your glue. All right, so I'm going to smash that on there. Oof, I like it. I love how shimmery this ribbon is, and I think you're all going to enjoy it. So, just saying hello, or the good things in life are better with you. But I like, you know, blues and trees. I think those are good for winter. Man, that really, I stabbed myself good. All right, one announcement before I move on. So I'm going to try to run another bingo in January to start the new year off. So it'll be Sunday, January 3rd. And I've created an event for it. I I have to have the RSVP kind of quick because of shipping. So I've got to do, I've got to cut and make and take, because we'll do some bingo. We'll play 3 games of bingo. Then we'll stamp 4 cards together. So in order to get your card kits out to you, and with the holiday mail, everything's taking longer. I need a little bit more time to make sure everybody gets their packets in time. So the sign up for that is next week on the 13th. Sorry. $35 to play. That's 6 games of bingo, 4 make and takes, and then a final game of bingo. And the prizes are all going to be new products from the upcoming occasions catalog, or they call it now the January through June catalog. It's going to run 6 months. So this is all products that, you know, nobody has unless you're a demonstrator. And the prizes, it depends on the number of people that we get. So the more people we get to play, hey Gail, the more people that we get to play, then the more prizes we'll have, or the better prizes. I mean, there's definitely a prize for every game. So that's 6. And then the final one, the final bingo is like a total card cover. And that's where, if you want extra cards for the final game, you can buy those. Those are $5 a piece. And all that money for the extra cards goes to the prize pot for that final game. So it's really a lot of fun. I've played several times with a friend of mine. And, I mean, it's regular bingo. You know, it's exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. And we do it all on Zoom. And that has worked out wonderfully. We all have to mute so that, you know, dogs barking in the background, or kids, or your husbands or wives, or, you know, so we don't have any noise coming in from anywhere else. Let me just put some of these away. But it's a lot of fun, and I hope we get enough people to sign up, because I've tried this twice before and I could never get enough interest. So we'll see. Giving it a try. That's 3rd time. We'll see. All right, so that's that. Bingo. Now on to card number 3. All right, now this one's still going with the Winter and Snowflake theme. Sorry. Got a frog in my throat today. So I've got a couple different elements here. I wanted some different snowflake paper, so I've got 3 panels of that. Then I had a panel of vellum. And I will have all the measurements for this when I load this up to YouTube. In the description section of the video on YouTube, that's where I list all the cardstock pieces. So I've got a piece of vellum, which I embossed with that snowflake folder. I love it. And then we're using the words from Well Said. And the stamp, actually, that came from that too. I haven't used that enough. And I don't know why. Because it's got a lot of choices. So we could do birthday, happy, you, sympathy. But I'm going to do another friend card. So I need this die. I'm going to set that there. And, oh, yes. All right. Get it together, Toni. Jeez. Let's do one thing at a time. Let's start with our base, because I'm just taping all this down. So we've got Pool Party, 5.5 by 8.5. Now when I cut these strips, when I laid them down, I just eyeballed them and tried to get them like kind of straight. And this is the way, you can pick which side you want. But I start with the one in the middle. And I do have to hold it up. I could get a ruler out and all this, but that's generally not how I roll with this. Like this, I feel like I get it close enough. And one more. and I'm not going to worry about it. All right, now again, the vellum, this isn't popped up. I just laid it down with glue dots, but the same trick. So all these, when you emboss the vellum and it makes it white, like I can put glue dots between or behind pretty much every snowflake and it's not going to show up. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Is that showing up? Like I'm going to put one here, 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 here. And I could do dimensionals too, but I am popping up those words, so this is going to be just fine. But I love it. Any embossing folder you could do if you don't have the snowflakes. But I really do like these. And there's plenty of room to hide a lot of glue dots. So it's really not going to go anywhere. All right, and I think one more down here. To see all those glue dots, that's plenty. All right, let me get these papers off. Gail, I loved your poinsettias last night. I just saw that it posted like right before I went on, so I could only watch a little bit of it as I was still at work last night. Oh, sorry. Ugh. But I'm going to catch the rest of it because I like what you did with that. All right, now this, just pressing it down. All right. So see, we really can't see those glue dots. Hide them. All right, now, next I want to lay down a piece of this ribbon. And I'm going to go a little higher this time. And again, I'm using my sticky strip. You could use, what do we have? Tear and tape or something. All right, I'm going to put that right there. Yeah, the sticky strip, I'm just going to keep using it until I'm out. Oh, good. That came right up. That was easy this time. All right, and I want the edge of this at an angle. And I'm just going to run this like across the whole card. And then I want it to end right there. So, I love it. Shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. Okay, now to the words. So I've popped it up with, we've got these adhesive sheets and they come, there's like, I think 6 or 8 of these sheets to a pack. And you just stick it on cardstock and it's double-sided and then we will run this through with a die. So that's why I wanted to pick Friend, because when I cut this, I figured I would use it that way. So these have been very helpful in running like words or the letters, like the little letters. I've done quite a bit with those. So let's do this again, and we're gonna get our plates. Yeah, Gail, I had to go log off of that before I got to see you use your new machine, because I was wanting to see your reaction and see how it worked and all, and so I didn't get to watch that last night, but I figured it out for myself. And I am happily surprised with the handle cranking what I call the correct direction. All right, now this, I do have to push it, get it started. How am I doing this with a bunch of hands? Because this is popped up. All right, there we go. All right, that was a little hard to get it started because of that foam being raised up. All right, snap that back. And then yeah, Gail, I got mine at the last minute. Like, I was checking the delivery all day yesterday. It didn't get here till like almost 7 o'clock at night. And I kept checking, and then I called my husband. I'm like, it says it delivered. Did you get it? And he's like, yeah, I got it. All right, and I need my poker to poke out. So this the little dot for the eye, I'm not worried about getting that out with this adhesive stuck all in it, because I'm going to use a rhinestone for that, or a gem. And again, these adhesive things are very sticky. I gotta get the little one out of the E without stabbing myself again. Where did that go? Did I get it? I don't see it. All right, good enough. And this I will just throw away. All right, card back. So let's put the friend on first. Oh wait, there, I forgot one in the F. See that little, oof, so sticky. That little bit was still stuck in there. All right, check time. Ooh, a little bit before 12. I got one more thing to show. All right, get this out of here. Like, I don't want to just yank it, but it does cut nicely, like right through there. There we go. Okay. All right, now it seems like it's gotten a little crooked. Oh, see that E? That part is still in there. There. This was a tough part I had this morning when I was finishing this one. All right, so I want to hold it and keep it kind of straight-ish. Just press it down. Oof, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Like I said, we're going to bring in some of the blue adhesive backgrounds for that eye, but let me put this die away. And then I'm going to stamp the hello. And this is from the Well Said stamp set as well that matches those dies. So a little hello, and then I will hand cut that. And then we'll add some adhesive. Like I said, the gems. So I thought this was a fun winter card. You know, blue and snowflakes and winter. And you could do these 3 panels like with any paper you had. And vellum, like this could be Christmas card, Valentine's, you know, depending on your paper. All right, now the mini dimensionals. And then we will get to our third one, which actually I did not finish last night, the prototype, so we're going to do that live. Okay, hello friend. I like these blue-backed gems, and I haven't used them enough. There's 2 shades. There's like a darker iridescent shade, which is what I'm using, and then this lighter one that is also shimmery. Actually, I'll do these. I'll do the lighter ones so we can see the difference. All right, so small one there, and then I want a big one. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do these a little different. Big one there, and then another small one, like, whoops, right there. Oh, thanks, Deborah. I will chat with you later. Okay, so we've got the 2 different ones. I gotta look at the camera, look at my screen. I think you can see these both. So this is the darker blue adhesive gems, and this is the lighter. Let me bring that up a little. Whoops. So I like the difference. I like them both. Again, this is Pool Party and then Misty Moonlight paper. And then the vellum with the snowflake embossing folder. Love it, love it. Okay. 4th project for the workshop is a little treat box. Like I said, I didn't finish this one, but so you know these acetate boxes they're called acetate card boxes. They come 10 in a pack. You can put other stuff in it, things that are not cards. So what I've done is wrapped a piece. This is 3.5 by 10.5, and I've got the seam on the back, but I wrapped that designer series paper around it, and then I did a double wrap of a Snowflake Splendor ribbon. I love this. I can't get enough of this. But what I put inside this box is 2 hot chocolates. Do you remember we used to make snowflake soup, and it would be a pack of hot cocoa, a mini candy cane, and some marshmallows, and maybe some Hershey Kisses or something. So kind of on that same idea, but no little poem. And frankly, if I gave somebody, or somebody gave me something that had just a handful of marshmallows in it loose, like even if it was in a plastic bag, like I would probably throw those right in the garbage. I would not want to deal with loose marshmallows. So I'm forgetting, you know, I'm not even putting them in. I am gonna have to go back to the store though, because these kisses are not the right size. See how they want to make the box bow? So I need to go back and get like some doves. And then I just put 1 full-size candy cane in it. So I think it's a cute little winter treat for somebody. And you could mail these, realistically. It might not get entirely smashed, let's say that. All right, so I've cut a Coastal Cabana piece. And this dies, these are from the Halloween Magic dies. So I just wanted to point out that they're not just for Halloween. Like these are, I've used these for other things. You know, you can make tags with these, you know, different label punches, shall we say. So I did the large one and then the small one that I embossed again with the Snowflake embossing folder. I love that. All right, so I'm just gonna glue this on. And then my idea here, so doing snowflakes and trees, I want to cut a tree out of some Pacific Point paper because that's what we've got going on here. I need to move this stuff out of my way. All right, tap that down. So I'm going to bring back my cutter. Yeah, this is a good size, Gail. I'm glad you convinced me to get it. I mean, my other little one was smaller, but this is nice. All right, and I do want the In the Pines trees. Oh, I feel like I had so many dies piled up here. Ugh. All right, now this time I'm going to do the bigger tree. This one. And again, I'll be able to get glue in here. So actually, let's do both of these. So lay both of these down. So I'm not going to worry about using the adhesive sheets because I shouldn't have a problem gluing those in. And we will crank it. So that's the only thing I'm realizing that as tricky as getting it started if it's a little thick. Like with these 2 dies in there, it took some pressing to get it going in there. All right, let's put these back. Our dies. And look at this. I mean, this is just, all these bits are falling right out. That is awesome. No having to like pick it out of the paper. I'll have to clean these up later. No having to like get the brush out. These are coming out so nice. All right, one little poke to get it out. Yeah, with these detailed things, that's what I gotta do is find a really detailed die. So it just sits on your shelf. Yeah, Gail, that's what I have to find a place to put it. I mean, right now I've got it on the floor, and because I've done some moving around and stuff in my area. But I just gotta find a better spot for it, I think. Ooh, yeah, I'm liking this. Okay, let me bring this back in. So my idea is I'm gonna pop this up. Let me do this right now. We're gonna pop our labels up with some dimensionals. So I did something similar a year or so ago. I made this a birthday party in a box, and I put in here one of those cake mixes, cake mix in a mug, and a candle, and a balloon, and the icing. And that is a fun idea also. And I've been doing some more of those lately with no box. Then I'll just make I'll put them in a cello bag and then make a topper. I think I posted a couple of those. Ooh, this is so cute. So I don't know, do I want both these trees? I think so. All right, so let's do, the other one is not moved from your shelf. Oh, you're funny. All right, so I'm just doing just a little glue, and then I'm gonna hold this down while I have a sip of coffee. Nice. And I think I'm going to use regular rhinestones for this one. Okay. A little bit of glue, glue. Glue, glue, glue. All right. And hold this down. I'll get my glue back on. So I did pick out fancy phrases, the fancy phrases set for this. I like this just for, I mean, I like the fonts of here, but I like this, a little something just for you. Because I think that is so applicable to just about any occasion. So I need a block. And I am actually going to use a new product for this. So let me stamp it in Pacific Point. No, wait, I want to layer, I'm going to do a white on white layer for this, but I am going to stamp it in Pacific Point. All right, should I go this way? Actually, I'm going to have to go this way because I cut this paper. So, brand new item from the upcoming mini catalog. This is a double oval punch. So it's got, you know, a layering solid oval and then the roughly edged one. So you can punch them both at the same time, but I cut my paper wrong. So what we're gonna have to do, let's go right in here, and I gotta trim this down a little. Actually, I hope this fits. I didn't check that before I decided to do that. This comes as a bundle with a different stamp set. All right, it's going to cut off some of the U, but I'm okay with that. Anyway, this comes as a bundle with a stamp set, but I didn't want the stamp set, so I wanted just the punch. So we're going to go white on white. And these are similar in size to some old ones, other ones that we had, but I like that this is all in one, and it's flat, because the other ones were the whale tail, which, you know, they just take up more room. And the ruffle on this is a little bit different. All right, so we're gonna get this on here and then pop this up as well. Where's my regular ones? So the other announcement I had while I'm finishing putting this together, I haven't done a paper share in a long time. And I think I'm going to do it again for the upcoming catalog. There's 9 different packs of designer series paper. So I'm going to make that available. And I'll have sign-ups closed for that. I think by January 4th, because then we can start ordering things out of the catalog on the 5th. So I'm going to post more info on this. And actually, I want another dimensional on the end here. But so it'll be 9 paper packs, and then I'm going to do a card kit for each one. So you'll get a quarter of the pack of paper, and then a card kit for each pack, so that we can make something. I've got that a little bit crooked, but I don't want to pick it up. Ooh, I love this. This needs something, iridescent, no. I guess I'm gonna have to go with regular rhinestones. The blue ones I just feel like are different shades. These shades of blue are just too different, you know? Maybe these darker ones will work. I feel like this Pacific Point makes it all a little bit darker. All right, let's do a big one. Ooh. Yeah, let's do that right there. And then 2 little ones we'll do here and here. Ooh, I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay. And that is stuck there. So a little something just for you. I think that's a nice little winter thing. So like I said, your make and take kits you're going to be getting them in January. So I wanted you to be able to use them, not have them be everything holiday stuff. Let me clean this up. Sue, you're funny. Okay. Get this out of the way. So you caught me just in time to see the end. So here's our little hot cocoa gift project. And let's bring in the cards. So then we've got our hello friend card. Just saying hello, or good things in life are better with you. Ooh, that got something on it. I'm gonna have to try to figure out what went wrong with that. And then our mountain cards with snowflake embossing and without. And I will post pictures. I'll have my blog updated like at least by Saturday, maybe by tomorrow, who knows. But so this is my December workshop, and the code, this is good through the end of the month. And you'll get your make and take packet, and a bonus gift this month is the Snowflake Splendor ribbon with $40 or more order. Ooh, my skin is cracking there. So, like I said, watch for bingo. I've already got that event created, and I will be posting some more information soon about the paper share. So the next 4 weeks, since we've got 5 Thursdays of the month, I'm going to focus on things like gift tags, gift card holders, little boxes, like little things to help you make something right then. If you need, as you're wrapping your presents, or if you need stuff to mail, gift card holders work for mailing. So that's what we'll be doing over the next couple weeks. So thanks for being here, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.